Kinky.
Give him that little button, the little rub down.
Don't say that.
That's what they say when you clean a camera.
Don't rub the button. Movie?
Movie. Did you actually finish it?
I did. I fell asleep for like 20 minutes in the middle, but I caught the beginning and the end.
Okay. I've put in a shit ton of things on the spreadsheet.
Okay.
And I thought of a fifth running gag. It hasn't come up a lot, but it's come up in like 3 or 4 episodes. So I was like, that's good. It's the fucking Bob Dylan and Grimace back and forth shit.
That's a running tangent of my life. Yes.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Yeah. Perfect. That'll round it out.
So yeah.
I'll get some shit in there. Yeah.
And then I've already put in all the Cats facts up to this point, and Nicole Kidman's, and I've got tangents taken care of, and I've tried to do as much nominations as I could with leaving still one block in case I want to put anything from Birth in there, you know, like Birth for worst picture or for
most transcendent Birth. I hurt my hands. I'm ready.
What is that? Yeah, what'd you do?
Scraped it.
Scraper. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
I'm ready. Wait, I want to uncap my Gatorade. Okay. All right. 1, 2, 3, play. Movie.
What's a movie?
A Chinese movie, English dubbed. The dubbing was not good.
A little rough. We start off with, I thought, the best part of the movie.
The like themed music and the visuals above the clouds.
Well, yeah, that was nice too. But I mean, like the impetus of the movie, the
whole
the fight scene. Yeah.
Yes. So
little girl.
Intro credits with theme music, visuals above the clouds. I said it looks pretty good, and then I was like, never mind, the animation looks horrendous. But a little rabbit named Biggie is trained in Kung Fu with an older monkey master. This is Shifu. And the monkey gives a letter to give to Penny so that she can come home and put the past behind her as a storm starts to roll in. And after Biggie leaves with the letter...
It's a real storm.
A desert storm.
It is, because a big ass panda and his goons are there.
Yeah, it's like a blitzkrieg. 5 animals yielding like actual weapons, like swords and shit, come up to him to kill him.
And the old man's, he holds his own for a little bit, but they do kill him, right?
Yeah. Because then the panda comes up. This is Slash. He's like demanding a
bad name for a villain.
I will bring death to Shifu. Yeah, bad name. Or
we have a Slash in popular culture already.
Yeah. But Shifu uses a little smoke screen and is able to escape, but with a cut on his arm. And he gets out of there. Right. So he beats up the goon, but he can't best Slash, and he leaves. And then you cut.
Why is Slash? He's like, Slash, like, give me the thing or whatever.
The tablet.
Give me the talisman, yeah.
The talisman. So then you cut to a fat adult rabbit. He's so big.
Yeah, especially compared to Biggie, right? Who's the same species as him. And they point that out too, but
yes.
Whoops. There we go.
And he was going like super extra, cooking up like these sweet cakes.
Chef. He
is a good chef. But then I was like, is this older Biggie? Is this like a way in the future?
That's what I thought too. No, it's it's Jon Heder.
It's Jon Heder. It's Fu, like Kung Fu.
And he's doing the worst voice, right? I was like, is this offensive? Is he like doing a mental thing? I'm like, he's like kind of doing Andrew Garfield in Hacksaw Ridge a little bit. A little bit of that going on here. It's hard to believe.
Like any of my sweet cakes.
I can't shoot him, man. It's war. I can't shoot.
The movie's good. Hacksaw Ridge is a good film.
It ain't, in my opinion. It's flat out ain't.
Just because of
I,
that performance.
so, I think it has some problematic ideologies behind it, and they're kind of the ultimate espousing of the movie.
Okay.
Mel Gibson's a problem. I don't think it's that good. Vince Vaughn was horrific. I thought he was like the worst actor of all time in that.
I forget that Vince Vaughn's in it as like the the drill sergeant. I'm like,
Yeah, well,
not
and
the
he's like
best.
kind of he's going against type a little bit, but I don't know how. I don't know that movie. Everyone loves that. All my kids love it too. Surprisingly, it's
One
cool.
of the most loved war movies out there nowadays.
And it's like soap in my mouth. But anyways,
Yeah, so Fu, as in Kung Fu, this is our giant rat.
ooh, that makes sense.
He drops all his sweet cakes after he trips over Shifu in the street. He didn't know
Oh, he's
Fu was there.
yeah. So he's like kind of mad, but he's like so stupid. He's like, "What's this?" Right.
Yeah. And
And then Shifu he's like it's just like his dying breath, right? He's like it doesn't matter who it is. He's like, "Come here, you. You have to give this to my daughter." He's like, "Me?" He's like, "Yeah, don't worry
he
about it. Come here."
dying of poisoning. When did he get poisoned?
I don't know. Um, and then yeah, he like gives like little explanation. He's like, "I got a daughter, Penny. She's over there somewhere." He like points at her or something maybe, and he's
Yeah.
just like, here is all the kung fu knowledge in the world. Here you go." And he like high
Like
fives him.
high fives and then just telepathically gives him all the skills.
He has all the kung fu
And
knowledge.
then he's like, go to Tiger Academy and you'll find Penny.
And then he
Okay.
dies,
And then he
right?
dies.
But my question after this, and I did fall asleep for like I said that for like a good 30, 20 minutes in this movie in the middle. Um, he like never uses the kung fu powers ever, like until the very end.
Until the very end.
Till the very end, and like the big standoff. But like the
Yeah.
first hour, he never uses
No,
the
he's just
entire knowledge of kung fu.
for the majority of the film, he's just walking
And like stumbling, yeah.
and being a waiter. I guess he's serving dishes to
Okay.
people. He's no, not even that. He's just serving dishes. He just works.
Well, that's the next thing that happens. Like, so he like sees the girls, right, or something.
Yeah. So Fu braves the adventures. He's going through like storms and through fields until he wakes up in a field to two robbers, some goons, doing
Oh,
blackface.
they were doing blackface. It's like a lizard and a warthog. They're pretending to rob, but the conceit here is that Fu is too dumb to rob, right?
Yeah, what the
So
fuck? Because they
so they
continue
just
to, they're like,
yeah,
guess what we're gonna do? And he's like, you guys
they're
are
clovers.
coal miners, and yeah, they just continue to make him guess what they're about to do, and they can't do it until he guesses it, and so now they're just playing like charades instead of robbing him,
And
and
then
I'm
he
like,
plays charades.
I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Too stupid to rob is the thing. And then
But
they chase him,
the
and
lizard
then he
wife
runs.
blackface girl, she dies from too much anger, so the toad husband is like trying to stab Fu and he runs off.
Yeah, and then he like runs into Biggie and Penny, right?
Runs
In the
right
woods.
across him. Yeah, they see him
There you
and they're
go. Mission accomplished.
yeah, hanging out. They're like, we better save him. So Penny intervenes, uses kung fu to beat them after Biggie was like verbally harassing them a bit. And then the lizard's not dead. She tried to eat Biggie, like lunged for her. Um,
Yeah.
but Penny bests them all, and they're all like crying and
Biggie's
shit.
there, yeah.
And then
And then
it's like, oh my
yeah.
god, thank you guys. Who are you? She's like, oh, I'm Biggie, and she's like, and this is Penelope, and he's like, oh, Penelope.
Funny, cool name, yeah. Weird.
Doesn't connect the dots, so he goes on his way to the academy. And
Is that which is like some irony, I guess?
well,
Of the
every person he's come across so far, he's asked, do you know who Penny is? This is the only person he didn't ask
That's right.
that to.
And is this when he like accidentally falls into a new job?
Pretty much, because he goes his own way, they go their own way. Um, Oh no, this is where a bunch of like Shifu's disciples come up to
No.
Slash, and they come to confront him about what happened to Shifu, and Slash lies and tells them that
Yeah.
some guys broke in, tried to kill Shifu. He tried to protect him,
I
but
like
couldn't.
I like this little bit of turn from Slash. Whenever they like what happened to this terrible thing? Like what the fuck, man? He's like, oh, I know, I tried to stop it.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, cool, Slash is cool then.
And he was like, well, the only reason that none of them are like, oh, I totally buy this is like, oh, on his deathbed, he also gave me the tablet. And they're like, okay, well then show me the tablet
Yes.
so we know that you're
Sus.
the master now. They don't buy into his lie and they demand to see it to verify the story. So he
Dude, he's got
gas
the
bombed all of them.
That's you like get like new people in there. Yeah.
He gas bombed all these disciples, laughed at them while they died. I was like, oh my God.
Some actual death. And then he gets like some new people in there. He's like, yeah, you want to fuck? What do you think? And they're like, you're great. Wow.
That elephant.
That's what I thought. I
Scary
remember the
man.
elephant. Oh yeah, yeah. Panda,
Uh,
or what's it? Slash the panda. Bad looking panda, I'll say too.
well, and I have a problem with it because everybody's like, "Oh, you're just trying to be a panda." Apparently, he wasn't a panda. And like at
He
the
looks
end
like
of
a
the
panda.
movie, at the end of the movie when the two black dots fall off of his eyes and he's all white, and they're like, "I
Is he the
told you
polar
he's not
bear?
a
Yeah.
panda." Like, what's the importance of him being a panda or
I
trying to
don't know.
be a panda?
That might be a like lost in translation. You're right. If
Well,
he's a polar bear, that's much more frightening.
100%, way bigger, way meaner,
Yeah.
a literal predator. But Penny, because she's with Biggie, gets to read the note from her father and decides, you know what, I'm going to give up my dreams that I left home for, and I've got to come back and take care of my father as she nears the capital city of her home. But Fu's in the capital
Capital
city,
cities.
and he
Safe and
loves it,
sound.
but is too overwhelmed with all the food and the vendors around. He's wants to eat everything, but he sticks to his
He
goal.
says, I can lift you up. I can take you where you want to be. Show you things you want to see. Could be your luck.
What are you singing?
You know that I'll be safe and sound. I
Oh,
can lift you up. That's capital cities. He's in the
yeah,
capital
that is.
city.
That you're right.
He's safe and sound.
In the underground, another will be.
Yeah. Hell yeah. What happened to those
Uh,
guys? They go pro.
go pro in what?
They go pro. Music.
Yeah, they had a big song. It's called "Safe and Sound." Have you heard of it?
They made it. Hit the big leagues.
They did. Um, so Fu is trying to just deliver and go to the Tiger Academy when he overhears a vendor say Penny's name. So he's trying to run through the market
Penny?
to her, but he's pushed away by these bull security guards. And meanwhile, Penny has found out from a vendor that Shifu has been missing for days, and Slash has taken over the academy.
Things are getting dark. A little bit. I mean, maybe reading into a little too much. Little Macbethy
Little
going on
Macbethy.
in here.
Mhm.
Little Macbethy. King is dead. There's a new king. He's a tyrant.
Is that the new sandwich from McDonald's? The Macbeth?
The Macbethy. Yeah.
Yeah. What's on the Macbeth?
Um, Lots of trouble. Double, in fact,
Oh,
trouble.
it's a double burger with trouble.
Double, boiling trouble. Yeah. What else do they say in there? Oh, spot of bother, be gone.
I had
Um,
I had a double from In-N-Out when I went to Denver.
ooh, great in and out. Get an animal
Got
style.
an animal style with the animal style fries and a strawberry shake.
I wish they would have done that. Does sound delicious. The twist from Macbeth in this movie it would have been a great addition. You know the Macbeth twist, Brandon? Macbeth's
Or
the
the
prophecy.
ghost.
Yeah, they're like you can only die if the trees start moving and attack you, and you'll only be killed by a guy who's not born from a woman. And so Macbeth's like fucking sick. I'm good then. This is great. And then the trees move and then a man not born from a woman kills him. So
You'd really think that you're in the clear with that.
you would. So did my students too. They were so mad when I'm like, it was a C-section. They're like that. You can't do that. But he did.
Back in when was Shakespeare? The 1400s?
15, late 15 years, 16.
Man, that's a risky operation back in those days.
Pulling him out of the womb. That's what Fair McDuff was, Brandon.
Mayor McDuck? Mayor
No, Fair
McCheese?
McDuff. McDuff.
Mayor McCheese,
Anyways,
I had double.
there you go. I think Fu's kind of like a McDuff figure, I guess, in this then. I guess that makes him McDuff.
So all these Macbeth connections, huh?
Yeah, Penny would be Malcolm.
So real quick, Penny's a cat, and her father
That's true.
Shifu was a monkey.
Was a monkey, and then there's lots of rabbits going around. Yeah, you best not think about that. It's like a Zootopia thing or something.
It's also like
Mr.
they were all
Krabs.
there. Yeah, I was gonna say Mr. Krabs and Pearl thing. So Fu ends up in Tiger Academy, in this martial arts academy, and he gets a table for one. What the fuck was this?
I don't know. And then he's just a waiter, right?
Yeah, because he gets in there. He gets in there, but now fireworks are going off everywhere in the restaurant, but also martial arts academy. But he's allergic to fireworks smoke, so he sneezes into a sign that's on the wall. And because he grabbed that sign, it was a help wanted sign. That means he has to work for the kitchen staff now.
Yeah. So he's back in there now, and it's like immediate. Yeah, no onboarding. He's out there serving. I don't even know if they guards Social Security. Yeah.
They
hilariously out of place. Yeah.
And he loses it screaming. He's like, I'm not supposed to be here. I've got to deliver something to someone.
I have to deliver to Penny. And then they're like,
Penny.
Oh, Penny, that's what we're looking for. And then he's like, pennies. I need your pennies.
Tip gratuitously. Yeah, stupid shit like that. They all freak out. They're ready to kill him. Slash is still suspicious, even though he did his tipping change bit. And Fu's manager tells him, he's like, never speak about Penny again, or you will be killed like the rest of the people in Capital City. I was like, damn.
This lizard knows. This frog guy, yeah. This is kind of like, I guess, like Spirited Away when she like has to just like work at the hotel for a little bit.
Yeah, for you, Bob.
Maybe the parallel. Yeah, he's just like, fuck, I gotta work here.
So this is a Spirited Away Macbeth telling.
It's deep, intertextual.
And we haven't even connected it to Kung Fu Panda yet.
No, it's not there. They're not related.
And so Penny and Biggie realize that basically everyone in the town is new. So Biggie goes on a mission.
Also like a Seven Samurai type of deal, but yes.
To go inside the academy for some intel. And as she's roaming around, she's real small. Biggie was a guy, gets spotted by Slash. Yeah, they call him a he later on. Like right here is when I found out that he was a guy. Biggie's spotted by Slash, so some of his men and the guards chase Biggie until he's caught in like a tiny little escape hole. He's being yanked from both sides back and forth.
Quartered almost, yeah.
When luckily Penny followed her and beats up all the henchmen single-handedly.
And I actually did not, and this is like the camera work maybe more than what this movie deserves a little bit for like an animated.
The fight choreography was good with the camera work.
With Fu not involved. If he's in there, yeah. But this is like actual like the kung fu inspired stuff's fine, and the camera's like is moving intuitively.
Yeah, I liked it. And so they escape safely. When Fu is in the training yard, he's carrying all these dishes and whatnot, and one of the guards that's out there training just trips Fu and breaks all their dishes. And so they're like, you know what? You're not worthy out here. It's like, are you not? They tripped him, but he's assigned a new job.
We call that in the restaurant business. When someone breaks a dish, we all yell out "job opening." That's what we would always do. Make the waiter feel really bad and small about themselves. It's great.
So he gets a new job of like carrying water pails or stuff when he smells food and runs in the kitchen, begging to cook. He wants to make some sweet cakes. Hey, thanks for that.
Because he is a talented cook, actually.
Yeah, he
Which is like
is.
he should have been behind back at house the whole time. Yeah.
But when he's begging for a job to cook, he trips again, falls, pulls down the pants of his boss, exposing his wiener, which makes him fall, which makes him lose his dentures, which
Yeah.
then makes a man, as he
It's
watches
a
the
big
dentures come
Rube
by,
Goldberg. Yeah.
chop off his hand, which causes the cleaver to then boomerang around the kitchen and almost stab the head chef in the head, revealing that he's got thinning hair that he was covering with his chef's hat.
He's embarrassed and his wiener's out.
No, that was his boss, not the head chef. The boss's
That
wiener's
yes,
out and his dentures are out. One
that's
man
right.
lost a hand, and one man has thinning hair.
Legitimate. Yeah, and they're way more sad about the hair
Yeah, right?
reveal.
Um, So now you get a montage of Fu just working. Like he works for so much in this movie. And while he's working, the guards just that are in the training yard just keep hitting him in the balls. He keeps breaking dishes. He doesn't get to eat. He
This
slips
should
on
just be
the
the
banana
movie. We should
peel.
just
Like
live
that.
here for the rest of the time. Yeah. Hitting them balls for the rest of the hour, whatever we got left of this movie.
Terrible.
It's
Any of the
pretty
parts of
terrible.
Fu, I was like, ugh.
It's just because, yeah, Fu's, it's a little bit of the drop dead Fred thing. Yeah, like anytime Fu is on screen talking, it's just like, oh my God, can we skip? Can we murder? Can we
And
skip
so
slash murder?
Fu is in like his living quarters or something. He's like, I don't want this job anymore. I don't
Dorm.
know why I got it. Here's the tablet. I'm gonna throw it away, but it bounces around, hits him in the head, knocks him out, and he still has the tablet. It's destiny.
Sure, for Fu to have, and he has yet to have any kung fu, do any kung fu.
Yeah, nothing so far. So Penny and Biggie are
Onward.
paragliding into the academy and taking out henchmen left and right when Penny enters Slash's room. He's got a sword drawn.
He's
He
playing
hears
guitar.
commotion. No,
He's got a top hat on.
he's trying to learn Wonderwall. No, he was
That's
sleeping, but now he's got a sword drawn. But Penny bests Slash and has like a sword to his throat.
she's like, yeah, she's the true martial arts champion.
She demands to know what happened to her father, and he tells her he's like, your father's dead, but he plays it off by crying and saying that he didn't want this to happen, but everything's passed
What I
on
was
to him
saying.
as the new Shifu since she was gone for 3 years following her dreams.
And he like kind of like plays like guilts it up on her a little bit too, doesn't he? He's like, "Oh,
Yeah,
where were you? You could have helped protect him. I
exactly.
tried." Yeah. So he's
But
good at
she
that.
doesn't buy it either, and she demands to see the tablet when he cuts her arm, so she flees and escapes.
She's poisoned now.
No, she didn't get poisoned. I don't know what was the poison, but she's in the yard surrounded by henchmen. As Biggie's on a paraglider above her and she's trying to get out. I think she stabbed a man in the face. I remember
Yeah,
stab a man.
it's a pretty casually violent movie in that regard. You've seen deaths,
Doesn't
you've seen behandings, headings. Yeah,
no blood's ever shown, but I saw her stab a man in the
parts have been
face.
lopped off. Yeah.
No. So she stabs the man in the face, jumps on the paraglider with Biggie, but Slash is running, catches the rope to get onto the paraglider, and is trying to drag him back down. But Biggie bites his hand. He falls, but grabs on
No,
Biggie's ear,
no, it's a rabbit's ear.
and it like tears off a little bit of the ear as they escape.
Ouch. Why is it that the rabbit's foot is lucky?
I have no clue. I don't know what that tail
And not
is.
its ear.
Why would it be the ear?
That seems like the unique thing about the rabbit.
Is it? I don't know. The foot seems
I guess that's
equivalent, and
weirdness.
yeah,
Maybe.
big and it's spring loaded.
So that's what you're saying.
I don't know. I don't know anything behind it. Why are four? I guess four-leaf clovers are just rare, which is why they're lucky.
Lucky. Horseshoes.
That one doesn't make any sense.
No.
Once in a blue moon makes sense. Full rainbow because there's a pot of gold at the end.
Lucky Penny. Penny.
Penny. And then what about a red balloon? A shooting star because they're rare. But what about a red balloon? Think about Lucky Charms. There's the red balloons in there.
Why? I think of red balloon. I think of it. I don't think of luck.
I think of the song 99 Red Balloons. 99 sick
Luftballons. Yeah.
Yeah. So, Fu. Let's go back to Fu.
No. Yeah, we can do that.
He's napping on the job the next morning outside the city when he hears Biggie crying for help after Penny faints.
And this might have been when I fell asleep.
He comes and he grabs them and he takes them to a temple to recover, and he gives them some natural medicine, and she starts to feel better. But
noodles and shit, yeah.
Back in the academy, guards everywhere are in the search for this black-dressed assassin, which was Penny. And Slash knows who it is, so he's like, everybody look for Penny. Search in the city, search outside of the city. We're going to find her.
Just look for Penny, yeah.
Just look for Penny. And Fu ends up having a dream where he sees Shifu, who tells him to unleash the power that he was given and to find Penny. And so right as he's about to learn how to use his powers, he's woken up by his boss throwing water in his face.
Can't he just like kick things and shit?
And
also, is he a ghost?
Shifu?
Yeah.
I think so. I think it's kind of like a Yoda or like a Star Wars Ben Kenobi thing, which is clearly a Shakespeare reference as well, where
like
they found use the Force to speak to you from the afterlife.
Go ahead. Ghosts.
And
ghosts.
So Fu, instead of going back to work when he's woken up, he steals some food and delivers it to Penny and cooks for them. And Biggie was like, "Get the fuck out of here! I don't want you to cook." But then she tries the sweet cakes. She loved them.
Which is like all he cooks, I guess. But it is an interesting fact that he's not a bumbling fool, I guess, with the food. Yeah. Everything else. And Kung Fu, I guess.
And he has another dream where Shifu now tells him how to unlock his powers. That the way to do it is he has to use Kung Fu to unlock his Kung Fu powers.
That makes sense, yeah.
Use Kung Fu in everything you do. So now he's using Kung Fu in everything. He's the world's greatest employee as he does everything with amazing speed and strength and accuracy.
That makes sense. They like karate chop vegetables and like...
And he's running around super fast and balancing stuff.
Prop kicking towels, yeah. He's the world's best cabana boy at this, right? Doing roundhouse kicks to fucking mojitos. He's doing it all.
Yeah, and like chopping wood. I don't know why that was part of his job, but it was. And
fire.
The other thing that he can do is, I don't know why this was a part of his job. There was one night where there were a bunch of mosquitoes in the capital city. Did you see this?
That sounds familiar. Yes. I saw them all die.
Where he creates...
This is when I was waking up, yes.
Where he creates the water bubble or air bubble around. He turns into an airbender.
That's gnarly. I did not see that. How did he kill the mosquitoes then?
With the water air bubble thing.
He sucks them all up.
They all fly at him and swarm him. He levitates and creates an air vortex force field around him. And then blows them up with water air bubble to neutralize the mosquitoes.
Now I'm here. And now they're ready to fight. Big final showdown, right?
No, because now he gets to show his true skills with the guards. The guards earlier who were tripping him, right? And making fun of him.
The balls. Yeah.
This time, they charge at him with swords as a prank. I was like, wait, what?
Good prank.
But he bests them with Kung Fu. He beats them all up and stuff. I was like, this didn't really seem like a prank. This seems like they were trying to kill him.
They're a murder attack. Pranks on them though. They get their ass kicked.
Yeah.
By a mentally challenged rabbit.
He goes to visit Penny and Biggie again, and Penny's just like hardcore yo-yoing. Did you see her yo-yoing?
No. What's she gonna yo-yo?
I don't know. She was just doing it. She was going nuts. It
It's
was
pretty
all in
cool. That's
slow
always
mo.
a cool character trait if someone's a good yo-yoist.
And
My
she
mom saw Yo-Yo Ma last week
where?
in Kalispell.
Just on the street?
No, he played a concert.
Oh,
Yo-Yo Ma. Yeah.
nice.
It's transcendent, she said. Shout out Shelly. And
Sure.
Yo-Yo Ma.
Yeah. What's the best yo-yo trick you can do?
Ooh. Um, I had like a month where I was into yo-yo in high school, I think. I could
Yeah.
do I don't know, it's like you fling it and then you fling it up and catch it on the string. I could do that
Yeah,
one.
that's good.
The the Bridge of Ecstasy is what we'll call it.
There's like what are some of those others? There's like slinkies
Walk
and
the dog.
yo-yos and Rubik's cubes
I
and
had a kendama.
what's that?
That's like the stick and ball click clacker thing. You know the kendamas. They were
Like the
everywhere.
paddle ball thing?
No, kind of. It was like a wooden stick and it had a pole that the ball sat on, and then it had like cups you would catch the ball
Oh, you
into.
catch it on there. Okay, yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
those are cool.
Everybody had a kendama. They had to ban them at our school because they're just doing it in class all day long.
Our school just only had the I Heart Boobies and Silly Bands bracelets.
We didn't have silly. We had the I Heart Boobies.
We got those banned.
You
Mostly
know who
just
hearts
because of latex
boobies
allergies. Who?
is Fu.
He does?
Who loves boobies?
That's,
Canonically,
I was gonna say that's canon.
that's the sequel.
Penny invites him on a walk in the woods, and she tells him her life story about following her dreams because she didn't want to do kung fu. She wanted to do acrobatics instead.
Like be a gymnast.
Yeah, it's kung fu, but for show, basically. You get to make
Yeah,
people smile with it instead of fight evil. And he
interesting
starts to
take.
tell his story to her, but right as he's about to say that he's searching for Penny, he catches a fly inside his hand, still alive. And this makes her suspicious that he knows kung fu, but he's like, I really don't know kung fu.
Of course not. He's just the Kung Fu Rabbit. My name is just Fu.
And she's like, I think you know kung fu. Watch this. So she starts punching him in the gut, and he's just laughing because it tickles
Rude.
him. I was like, does knowing kung fu mean you gut punches don't hurt?
I think he's just a big fat guy.
I
So
think he's just a big fat rabbit. But she was like,
yeah,
those should have hurt you. And I was like, that's not a thing of kung fu.
maybe he's like reached a deeper plane of meditation that he doesn't feel
Ooh.
pain. He doesn't
Yeah.
even know it. He accidentally stumbled into nirvana. That'd be a Fu thing. Accidentally hit enlightenment and he didn't realize it. I'm
Watch
really
out.
happy.
Watch out those next fights against Alex Pereira.
Tough. Also, he's in trouble, I think. He got some lady stuff.
Ooh, uh-oh.
Yeah.
Fu or Alex Pereira?
Alex Pereira and Fu in the same
And both of
concert.
them. When
Yeah,
you're that good, you usually do. But
hard to avoid it.
as Fu tells her that all about how he works in the kitchen at the academy and that there's a new leader that's being announced and that they'll be unveiling a tablet, she freaks out thinking that he's like undercover, like one of Slash's men. So she gives up on him. She's like, go away, I don't need you anymore.
I'm not gonna
And
make out with you. Yeah.
but Slash is also onto Fu after observing him work, running at full speed and kicking his guards' asses and everything. So he sends some men to follow him. And they follow him all the way back up to the temple. They have him surrounded. They end up tying him up and they
But he
throw him.
surrounded Fu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But luckily, the temple was empty. So Penny and Biggie were not caught.
Good. That's important,
And
I
this is
guess.
where we finally get to see some like kung fu, like where the action
From
starts to
Fu.
come. It's because at the ceremony, Slash is announced as the new master, but the crowd is
Okay, I
skeptical
saw this.
when he
He doesn't
reveals
have the
a new
tablet.
tablet.
Yeah.
He had a
Where's the
new one made.
tablet?
He was like, the old one was rusty. Here's a new one.
There's a better one. Yeah.
That's what people love about, history and artifacts is when you
Better when you fix them.
when you make a new version, yeah,
Yeah.
because that makes it
The
better.
Monu Lisa. She's dabbing.
But she still has the Mona Lisa smile. Um, And everyone who's like skeptical, get it. Everyone who's skeptical, he's like, you know what? I'll open the floor. If anyone's willing to challenge me for the title, if you can
trial
beat
by
me,
combat, bitch. I'm a giant panda. Let's go.
If you could beat me, go for it. And quickly, an older turtle's like, I got you. I'll fight you. And I was like, Turtle Man?
Hell yeah. New character.
And Master Turtle fought valiantly for quite a while. A lot of fighting.
Kung Fu. Yeah.
Until he like kicked across the stadium. Next up, 2 tiger cubs. Not full grown. Like fresh born tigers. They get their shit kicked in immediately. And so as Slash is about to take his reign, Penny shows up to avenge her father and challenge him for the rightful heir as she.
So they're going to throw it out. He gets his sword out, right?
Yeah, he was like, you want to fight me? Oh, yeah, watch this. Grabs a sword.
Go. So they fucking kung fu and sword it up. It looks like Slash is going to win, right?
Yeah, it is. And this whole time, because he's a master of kung fu, Fu is, he also has supersonic hearing, apparently.
Of course.
He was granted that, and so he's in the jail cell,
yellow belt,
eyes closed, listening to all the fighting going on,
and also like getting really mad, right?
Yeah, he's getting worked up as he hears Penny get hurt when Slash uses 2 other men to help fight. So it's a 3-on-1. He uses his powers to float, break through the chains, and then shoot into the sky, flying with the power of Kung Fu.
Let's fucking go. Kung Fu, that's blue belt shit.
You know what I also thought about? Shifu. Technically, Shifu is just like a term for master.
Sure.
But like in Kung Fu Panda, they called the Master Shifu. So it's like they couldn't come up with anything. They just stuck with Shifu.
It might be the most derivative movie we've covered,
Yeah.
Probably.
So
derivative.
Fu is like flying in with a storm, crashes onto stage, and then he's like, "How did I get here?" He's like, "Oh my god, Penny! Penny is short for Penelope." And he's like,
"Oh no, you're gonna die."
Here's the tablet, and Slash is like, "That's a fucking tablet," and everybody's like, "That's the fucking tablet."
Doesn't he like throw it at her? And breaks his sword, saving her life and everything too.
Slash is gonna try and kill Penny as he's trying to give her the tablet. So he's like coming in with the sword, so he just throws the tablet, which breaks the sword.
That's right.
But then the tablet is just in Slash's hand.
He's like, "Cool, I got it.
I'm the master now." And Fu's like,
"Oh, I got the not rusty one." Yeah.
So now Fu has to fight all of the guards and Slash because he's a man of his word. He always fulfills his promise, apparently.
Yes. I was going to say the same thing too. He's like, "Remember, I always keep my promises." You never said that shit.
This is the first time I've heard of any of that, but
yeah, Fu don't break his promises, so he kung fu's them all.
Yeah. He beats up so many of them, and then at one point starts like spinning and causes a tornado. He's literally an airbender.
Yeah, that was how he got the Slash at the end, right, with the tornado.
No, that's how he got rid of all the other guys. So now it's just him and Slash.
Seems fair.
And so him and Slash square up. Slash just immediately hits him with a right hook. It's just boxing match.
It's just boxing.
Knocks him to the ground.
Sword. Yeah.
But he gets back up on his feet. And then he gets hit with that 6-piece chicken combo, where it's like a left, right, uppercut, body slam shit.
Boom, boom, boom. Couple jabs, yeah.
But again, he gets back up on his feet. It's like Rocky.
That's real kung fu, Brandon.
Is the movie Rocky?
Well, yeah. I mean, the Rocky movies are the funniest things of all time, too, I always say. Because it's just like the first 6 rounds. So Rocky doesn't know to put his hands up, even.
He's just... Comes back to the corner.
Rocky.
I feel so good. Like, you gotta put your fucking hands.
Rocky, lay your defense. Yeah, then 7 through 12, he turns it on. He punches him away. The Rocky, but this is a little bit like that.
The Rocky movies are kind of good, though.
They're the best, but this is so funny. All of them. The first 6 rounds, you watch the Rocky. He's a punching bag.
He just absolutely gets laid into.
Like, come on, Rocky, move your head a little,
Looks like the worst fighter
move
you've
your feet.
ever seen.
Yeah, that's part of it. You rope dopes him.
So he gets back up on his feet, and now he's on the attack. And I put in here, he obliterates Slash in a very well choreographed fight scene. I liked the fight scene. The camera work was
Even
great.
Fu gets one at the end. Yeah, I like the camera moving.
And then Slash is bested, and he falls back to the ground. And then this is where I put, he loses the black spots on the eye, and everyone's like, that guy's not a fucking panda. And I was like, who cares?
Who cares?
What's the importance? They kept saying that,
His
but
name is Slash, anyways. Yeah.
So then Fu presents the tablet to Penny, and peace is restored within the city. And it basically
the ruler. He opens a cafe, right?
Well, they're like lying in an open field he's lying in an open field with Penny and Biggie, all pieces restored. He's like, I think I want to go back home and make some sweet cakes. When he hears screaming in the jungle for help, so he jumps to action. And that is the end.
For some reason, I thought he opened a bakery.
No, he didn't open a bakery. But the
he
end credits.
That would have been great. Should have opened. I didn't stay for the end credits. Any scenes?
Not like really. It's all to Kung Fu Fighting. The song. Yeah. And the people that were screaming was the robbers from earlier that did blackface. Sure. And that's the end of The Legend of Kung Fu Rabbit. Hell yeah.
Fucking yeah. This is some shit.
Those were some big claps. Were those karate chops?
Yeah. Thinking some ass.
Man. That's what you learned first day in Kung Fu Panda. Or in Kung Fu class, how to spank some ass.
And make sweet cakes, I guess. Should we... pause?
Gotta stay on our toes on this shit sometimes with these pauses.
Yeah.
There's no way you took quotes in this, right?
You'd be right in the money in that one, my pal. They would be bad quotes, I would imagine, for the most part. How many did you end up with, my friend?
Quite a bit.
Yeah. How many IMDb quotes even?
0.
Wow. Yeah, it was pretty thin on the IMDb.
I took 11 quotes while watching, though. They're all pretty short.
Okay.
At the beginning, when Biggie's training with Shifu, she just goes, I even made up my own move. It's called the Super Duper Insane Grasshopper of Death. And then it was just like a cartwheel. I was like, great. It wasn't super duper. Great move. Ooh. Some of these were actually like pretty good lines. This is when Biggie leaves and he's being jumped by all the guards. Yeah. And Shifu just goes, who are you people? And they just go, you're executioners. It's like, oh, yeah. Damn. Right.
They ultimately were too. Scary.
After Fu trips over Shifu's foot and loses all his sweet cakes, he picks up Shifu by the foot and just goes, this is a weird sweet cake. I was like, that's a man. That's a monkey.
Not even close to your sweet cake. Yeah.
It's not a baked good. This is a monkey.
Not even close. He's the master of sweet cakes. Yeah, what the fuck? You should be able to know what it looks like.
This is when Biggie and Penny first bump into Fu, and Biggie realizes that she's a rabbit and he's a rabbit, and she goes, yeah, this guy's got big front teeth, long ears, a short puffy tail. I just wonder how we look so different. Do you live next to a nuclear power plant?
This is a mutant. Yeah.
Let's see. Oh my goodness. When Slash gas bombs all the rest of Shifu's disciples, and they're all dying, and there's the one left, like, looking at Slash, he just goes, say hi to Shifu for me. I was like, damn, he is evil.
Cold. That's cold. Some Scar shit. Some Claudius shit.
The fuck is this? Oh, when they are in the market and Penny is trying to buy something for Shifu to bring back to him after being gone for 3
Yeah,
years, little Biggie runs up to the vendor and she goes, hey,
yeah.
Gramps, how much is this? And hook me up, okay? I'm totally famous.
Yeah, I'll
So
try to like haggle. Yeah, and Penny's like, I'm sorry, how much does it cost?
when Fu gets his new job, instead of serving dishes to filling up the buckets of water, they were
Yeah.
like, all right, here's your new job. Fill all those buckets up. And he looks over and there's 16 buckets there. He's like, oh my God, that's like 1,000,000 buckets. It's like, it's not. It's
That's
16.
what that's a classic. That's like a Napoleon line
I
almost.
know. It's a 4x4 grid of buckets. Um, This we kind of talked about this already. Fu at one point says, "I've got 2 rabbit's foots, and neither of them are lucky."
Yeah. He's
Kind
on
of a
feet, but
clever line, but
meta. Yeah.
yeah. Um, when they are watching Fu in the kitchen for the first time, they're like, "Whoa, those are some serious chopping skills. He could be a kung fu master." And one of them just goes, "He just looks like a fat chef to me."
It's like a piece of shit back there. Yeah.
What in the fuck? This
Let's,
is definitely a this is when he comes up. Fu comes up to her yo-yoing, and he sees her
okay.
yo. He goes, "Oh, how'd you learn to do that? Spin it, silly willy nilly."
Really, really nilly.
So fucking
What a
stupid.
wordsmith.
And then my last quote is from the very end when Slash is beat and falls to the ground, and somebody
Yeah.
just quietly from the audience goes, "Is like, so is he a panda or?" It's like, same, bro.
Yeah, it doesn't matter either way.
So those are my
Me and Jay-Z have no quotes over here.
Is that Jay-Z?
Yeah, he's diving in the pool.
Heck yeah.
Um, on to the ratings.
On to the ratings.
Do you have all four?
There's one I don't. What do you think it is?
I would think it's not Rotten Tomato Critics. Tomato meter.
You're correct. Not a
Wow.
click.
So 2 points for me. Um,
And you were up 3-2. So now you're up 5-2.
Perfect. On the money. Now we would guess Rotten Tomato
Audience.
users,
Yes.
audience. Yes. Um, 13%. Pretty low, I'd imagine.
Seth's the winner. It's a 32.
32. Fuck you, Seth. Dirty Seth.
IMDb Metascore, there were not applicable, but there were
But
5 critic reviews, 4 with scores that I went through and got
you
for
take
you.
them. So sometimes that inflates it. I'll say a 35.
It's a 35.
Whoa, really?
Yeah.
That's and whoa. I'm so happy I died. And then I can't even like Google that to figure that out because that's
Yeah.
your calculation. Wow.
Yes.
Good
So
on
you're up
us.
7-3 right now.
73. It's a high scoring match for me. Yeah.
And an audience score out of 10.
Out of 10. Um,
This is the 69th worst movie of all time, according to
that's right.
IMDb.
That would probably land at around a 2.6.
You're the winner. It's a 3.2.
I was gonna say something like that.
So you went 8-3. That's a
Eight
huge.
to three.
That's a huge
I don't know
score.
yeah. Besides the time I won 1,000,000 to 1 against Seth, this might be the most points we've ever put on the board cumulatively.
And the time that you and Seth did the timeshare stuff where you wagered future points.
That's right. Well, but that's like baked into the yeah
Yeah.
the evaluation of present day at that time.
So critics gave it a 35 and a not applicable, so a 35. Audience is a 32 and a 32 for 32.
It's in the 32s range.
What
It's
are
in the
you
30s.
what are you giving this?
think I think it's a 1.3 for me. Let the
Yeah.
Country Rabbit. I think maybe unfair because I did fall asleep during it, but also you made a movie I fell asleep to, so you don't get points there. Like you're not going to catch me falling asleep to Whiplash. I'll just say that much,
Yeah.
regardless of how many hours of sleep I got,
If
and
you fall asleep with Whiplash, that's crazy.
that's crazy. So that's my comparison. It's not Whiplash quite. Um, I think I think most of the score is tanked by Heder's performance and voice.
Oh,
It's
it's so
it's
bad.
truly in that territory for me. 1.4. Brandon, to you, my friend.
Oh, you bumped it to a 1.4, huh?
Oh, 1.3, excuse me. I
Okay.
do not want to go to 1.4. No, no, no.
I think I am a 1.9.
Pretty similar.
Maybe on a good day up to a 2.2. That's kind of where we're
Ooh,
at. But
if you're
1.9 right
feeling the
now.
Macbeth, yeah.
Yeah. Um
Reasons.
it's obvious that this draws so many parallels to Kung Fu Panda, and Kung Fu
We didn't
Panda
talk about that
itself
hardly, yeah.
is an 8 or higher out of 10. It's a great film. Um One of my biggest problems with this, and I'm going to compare it to Kung Fu Panda, is that Slash as a villain is nothing like Tai Lung is as a villain, where Tai Lung was
Yeah,
also a disciple of the Shifu character, but
yeah.
he was not allowed to become the Dragon Warrior because he had found evil in his heart. So he's not necessarily a villain, he's an anti-hero, which then adds to these layers of it. When in this, it's just like Slash just wanted to kill his master to become
You just, I guess, and it's not like a deeper commentary on ambition and corruption like the actual Macbeth is,
correct.
because
And
they just
then
make Penny the king at the end too.
as far as lead characters, Poe learns kung fu and trains it and goes through all this to become who he truly is. Fu just got it inherited to him, I
Yeah,
guess,
there's a martial arts ethos to
and then
Kung Fu
doesn't
Panda.
use it until the very end of the movie when he gets it at the very beginning of the movie. His voice work is horrendous. Rebecca Black's
Shameful.
wasn't terrible. I liked Michael Clark Duncan's. The animation looked like
Michael Clark
garbage.
Duncan. Michael Dark Clunkin.
Michael Dark Clunkin. The animation looks like garbage. There was like
For the
no
most part.
score or anything to it. It's bad. But like
Yeah.
we said, this is supposedly the best of the Kung Fu Panda knockoffs.
Or the most well known at least. There might be a
Yes.
gem in there. We don't know.
Yeah, we
Maybe
don't.
Disco Worm's great.
Barry and the Disco Worms.
Uh,
I looked it up. This
yeah.
is the 22nd worst film we've done.
That's pretty low territories, by golly.
Yeah. And
What's
then
around it? Oh, we gotta do a
uh
faith based, actually.
well, what's around it, you asked? Marcy X, Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey,
Ugh,
Gooby, Cats,
ugh,
Dougal, right
ugh.
worse than it. And ones that this is just worse than include the Emoji Movie, Mac and Me, Dragon Wars, Ginger Dead
Not a
Man
lot of,
versus Evil Long, stuff like that.
yeah, not even a lot of like fun bad.
Yeah. But now we can get into reviews, critic reviews.
You don't have any.
I have three.
What? Three critic reviews?
I have three critic reviews, and that's because I found it under Legend of a Rabbit instead of Legend of Kung Fu Rabbit.
Don't tell me Big Rod was in this.
No, Big Rog was not in
Okay.
this.
Who was
It's
who
nothing.
was
It's nothing that's actually like.
mainstream notable? Yeah.
None of these are notable at all. The first one's Andrew Pollard at Starburst.
The candy.
He said one of those movies that you will regret giving your time to, and it will
Yeah.
have you thinking of all the other better ways you could have spent 90 minutes of your day, such as chewing glass or repainting the house and then watching the walls dry. 3 out of 10 stars.
That kind of feels like baby's first mean review. I'm gonna write my first mean review. Here we go.
Then you've got japancinema.net. I didn't have a writer for it, but they say unoriginal,
Yes, I mean,
messy, waste of time, waste of money film that I hopefully I can forget as fast as I watched it. D rating.
it passes. It's certified fresh.
And then my last one's by the Dove Foundation. This is our faith-based ratings.
Perfect.
So they gave a review and then
The
out of
Dove
5
Foundation.
stars, but then we have an out of 40 for you all. I know you've been waiting for that.
Yeah.
So,
So yeah, hear it all, please.
the characters are memorable, and the theme of loyalty is not to be missed in this movie. However, they warned parents about the amount of violence in the film, suggesting it for kids at the age of 12 years and older. 3 out of 5 stars.
Okay, reasonable. Memorable characters.
But then on the faith-based review, I'm looking at it right now. Out of 5, 0 out of 5 in sex.
That's good.
Only a 1 out of 5 in language.
That's good.
And I looked up what the languages that they claimed for a 1 were.
Yeah.
They said, oh my God, 4 times. They said, but once. They said, loser 2 times. Idiot once. Fat once. And they said, lazy rabbit once.
Yeah. And they said, cocksucker twice. So it's a 1 out of 5.
I think we've been a little too lenient on some of these ratings. If butt and lazy rabbit a
lazy.
Violence is a 2 out of 5. I thought it would be higher.
A 3 or 4. Yeah, I cut somebody's fucking hand off.
Drugs was a 1 out of 5.
I don't remember. Was there like a heroin joke?
They drink wine in one scene.
Oh.
Nudity is a 0 out of 5. And other was a 1 out of 5. They said the death of a master, but his spirit lives on as he is seen again. A character says to another character, I hate you at one point.
Oh.
And another part for the other is that kung fu powers are transferred from one character to another.
What does that have to do with anything?
No fucking clue.
As opposed to what? Anyways. Okay, so that's like a
that's only a 5.
4, 5. There you go. Jesus loves the Kung Fu Rabbit.
But then it got
foundation
in faith or integrity, which are the positive ones, which technically means those are each 5 out of 5s because lowest score wins.
Okay, so it's
a 15 out of 40.
15 out of 40. So Jesus kind of likes it.
Jesus kind of likes it.
It's pretty mild. There's not a lot of greatness to it, but doesn't take a lot away from it.
And it's recommended for 12 and up. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Jesus hasn't endorsed it, but he's not going to get mad at you for watching it.
Yeah, watch out because kung fu powers are transferred from one character to another.
To be noted, correct.
Like other could literally be anything at this point.
Yeah. Make sure you note this.
And then I've got 6 reviews for you, user reviews.
Songbird?
Yes.
Wow.
Songbird reviewed this on July 21st, 2014. She says, it's the least bad of the Kung Fu Panda ripoffs, but still very bad. The other 2 being the Little Panda Fighter and Chop Kick Panda. Legend of Kung Fu Rabbit is not as blatant a ripoff as the other 2 and has a decent soundtrack. And Michael Duncan, who tries his best, but to be perfectly honest, he did deserve better material. Redeeming it somewhat, but to say that it is the least bad of the 3 is not really a compliment because it's still very bad and is infinitely inferior to Kung Fu Panda, which was actually good and was entertaining. To conclude, very bad, but there is worse, 2 out of 10.
Weird. I can't imagine a more derivative movie. Are there like a bunch of like Cars knockoffs and stuff?
There has to be. I mean, they made planes.
Or like Coco knockoffs and stuff. But I mean, that's like plane's like a direct universe tie-in. Cars.
Quit doing fucking fireworks. 2 thumbs up shit.
Anyways.
God damn you. Oh, it didn't go. Oh no, not the rain.
This sounds strange.
Next up is by Snoopy Style.
Seth.
On November 13th, 2016, he says, of course, the comparison to Kung Fu Panda is inevitable, and this movie is poor for it. The animation looks about 10 years behind the top-level Hollywood work. The character designs also fail. It's mostly poor, but a few are downright ugly. The story meanders a little, but mostly it lacks any drama. Sadly, Jon Heder's quiet voice work is really weak. On the positive side, there is plenty of high, fast energy kung fu action. Overall, a poor attempt to take on the better Hollywood fare. 3 out of 10.
Even more generous than we would give it, Mr. Seth. That's okay in his absence here.
Do you think this is a movie that he's seen? It's just post his like.
I think era. He was like in college and shit, yeah, or something.
It was 2011, so he was like a freshman in high school.
He was in college, yeah.
Yeah. Next up is by Max Mages.
All right. I like this guy.
May 24th, 2020, they say, no matter if you know or ignore the film, is still nothing half and nothing whole. He has a nice carefree way, but he is optically so mediocre and meaningless that nothing will remain in the memory. The character design is a bit too Catholic. The textures are too weak. The animation itself is a bit too slapstick for my taste. This is one of the few martial arts films that clearly differentiate between martial arts and acrobatics, though. So 5 out of 10.
I was having a hard time like crystallizing what exactly was my issue with this movie, and he's right. Fu is too Catholic looking. That's right. Fu is too Catholic.
You hear that and you're like, what the fuck is he talking about there? And you're like, you know what?
That's exactly right.
Right.
Prescient.
Next is by Andrew M. Deakins. Roger Deakins' nephew.
It's his nephew.
On February 16, 2017, he says, there are many annoying things in life. Donald Trump, my latest car service bill, people whining about Brexit, but none of those compare to the tedium of Kung Fu Rabbit. If you ever want to see a lawsuit in the making, check this out, and it gets about as close to Kung Fu Panda as is possible with all the entertainment and pizzazz of an insurance seminar. It was that gripping, and my children were that excited. They went and filled in my tax bill for me. Enough said. Me and my kids are off to read the terms and conditions for iTunes or for something more exciting to do. 1 out of 10.
Ugh. Even the kids know. They know though.
They do know.
They know.
And they know how to do taxes now, so that's good.
I still don't know how to do taxes, so that's great.
That is great. Does your mom do them for you?
She sure does.
My penultimate today is by Ewan DeFish.
Ooh.
On July 31st, 2015, they say, in asterisk, sits in the corner of the cold shower and cries, close asterisk. Why does this exist? This is what happens if you use Kung Fu Panda as toilet paper after going to Taco Bell. This movie needs Jesus. This is the Detroit version of Kung Fu Panda.
Jesus.
If your family doesn't love you, they take you to this movie. This movie contained blackface and ableist slurs, triggering me. 1 out of 10.
Wow. That's a black handicapped man writing that review then, too.
Yeah.
That's what a review. That's
handicapped Christian man.
One says they need Jesus, the other said too much on the Catholics. So
yeah.
Hard to find a medium.
Yeah, you do. And my last one was not from IMDb. I think I saw this on Rotten Tomatoes, actually.
Oh, good.
And it's by LeBron 12 James 3. And then
in LeBron James, maybe. Yeah.
And then in parentheses they put parent of a 5-year-old.
Oh, okay. That could be LeBron at the time.
This review is from 2022.
Could have been jury, yeah.
And they just say, Kung Fu Rabbit took my PS5. 1 out of 5 stars.
That's a good review. That's a good review. Let's put that guy down for Rookie of the Year.
LeBron 12, James 3. I'll fill it in.
To a 5-year-old.
I'll fill it in right now. So that is ending it this week. Are you recommending The Legend of Kung Fu Rabbit?
No. I mean, I not even the. I mean, I like Kung Fu Panda. I'm not the biggest Kung Fu Panda guy in the world. So I wouldn't go out of my way to recommend that one. I don't think, unless you're like a guy. So I'll just give this one a no on the recommend.
A simple no. That's what I'm doing too. Just don't watch this. Watch, if you do, watch Kung Fu Panda way before this.
Original, fun, care and craft. Yeah,
done
not
very
this.
well.
None of the words to describe this movie.
So that is ending it this week. Next week, it's your birthday episode.
Yeah, you don't want to tune into that one, folks. It's going to be a messy ride. I'm the captain for this one. We're going to be doing it a little bit different. I still have to figure that out entirely myself, but rest assured, Birth, right? One of my favorite movies I've ever seen. I saw it last year, still sticking around in my craw. It's one of those movies you can't really get out of your head. So I'm excited. Hopefully Seth will be on for that.
He's supposed to, so um it's you've heard us talk about it before. It's an auction-based
episode style.
Movie podcast. I don't know what the fuck that means, but
that's right. So I'm excited to get to design this one. I only have one more week left of work at the golf course too, so here we go.
And then it's bracket time, folks.
Yeah.
So thanks for listening. Get your money stacked up for auction. Get your voice ready. We'll see you next week.
Kadoosh. Oh yeah.
I love faith-based reviews so much.
There was no Jesus in this one.
There was not.
I'm glad we found him again, though.
It's just like a website. They've reviewed over like 12,000 different movies. The Dove Foundation. You can look them up and see if
they should be in our reviewers too. I guess they're critical reviewers, though, right?
Yeah.
They're not user reviews.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it is just one person that's writing things for.
I think so. That seems like a weird scale for a lot of people to adopt.
Dove Foundation.
That's crazy.
Faith and family-focused reviews for today's media.
That sounds like a company, I guess.
It looks like 47 Days with Jesus has been approved for all ages.
Wow. Even the near death.
Finding Love in Sisters, The Hopeful. Search over 12,000 titles. They've only done like 12,000, but Legend of Kung Fu Rabbit is one of them.
I think probably for like, I watched that for the kids and family.
Let's see. If I click on Legend of Kung Fu Rabbit's review, if it actually gives us a name. Approved for 12 plus. Dove review. Dove details. More information. The reviewer's name is Edwin L. Carpenter.
Wow.
But I don't know if he's the same one for every one of them. Let's go back and look at the Hopeful.
Carpenter.
Finding Love in Sisters. Let's read this review. By Ed Carpenter.
They have a child, Daniel.
Is it just all one guy? Eve's Christmas Eve Wish. Her name is Eve. Ed Carpenter.
He's the editor.
Oh, he's not actually the reviewer?
Yeah, well, he might. I think he does it all, probably.
Heidi. Ed Carpenter. It's just this guy.
He's a pastor. What a psycho. Goes sees all these movies.
Ed Carpenter.
Which kids can see them. Okay, I think I just sent you both the recordings too, so.
Sweet.
Hell yeah. I'm going to try and take a nap before trivia. I think I sent you one during the podcast too.
Oh. You can do that now? You did. Nice.
I did. I'm a champ. So, wish us luck, buddy.
Okay. Good luck.
And then I'll send you some instructions for the first episode this weekend.
Perfect.
Okay, see you, Belle.
Later.